Back again, guys. We're here to talk about Samsara Part 2. All right. So, in the last video, we explained about Samsara being dark matter, because that's what it is. Dark matter is everywhere. The scientists know about it. My number's right down below in the insert of Let Kayap Nanuhe. That is my name, not Marquand Moorhead. Doesn't exist anymore. Even my family knows I'm not the same person I used to be, nor can I go back to that understanding. I've lost all my friends and all my family, and the only family I got is my grandma. Okay, she's the only one that really believes what has happened to me is real. When I ascended on the 21st of March, when I woke up laughing hysterically, saying everything in my life was a lie, everything that has been taught to me has been bullshit, I knew everything about the universe. I knew the devil didn't exist. I knew demons were real. I knew the concept of Satan was a farce. I called my grandmother and confessed everything to my grandma about like how I did her wrong, how much I stole from her, how much I'm so sorry for it. And she knew it wasn't Marquand. She knew something tragically happened. She called all like my brothers and like, hey, Marquand's not Marquand. Something happened to him. He's not the same. So I've been liberated from samsaric influence by the understanding the karmatic rule of Mara's teachings. All right? So I've been liberated, but I'm still in samsara, so I still have to defend myself from it. We all have to, okay? So guys, I'm going to teach you tricks about defending yourself from samsara. I'm going to explain about more truth about samsara, all right? So samsara is in your eyes. You breathe it in, you hear it. Okay? We're trapped in the realm of the five senses. As Ledkaya Shiva inside of him, guys, you got about 20 senses when you go home. You got 20 senses. You don't have 5 or 6. And the 6th sense is pretty much your pineal gland, but I wouldn't even call it that. We don't call your pineal gland your 6th sense. That's just your higher state of consciousness merging with your consciousness to get you to see shit that make you think you're psychic. It's not. It's their thoughts into yours, and then you perceive it to be, oh, I'm psychic, or oh, I knew this was going to happen, when they have more access to the Akashic records than you do. So, in later on videos, and this is going to be a very big video we're going to talk about before we get continued on this subject, about samsara. We're going to talk about the Akashic records, and we're going to talk about source consciousness. And boy, does Shiva have a lot to say about source consciousness, don't you? Look at him. It's not me spinning. That's the reaction vibrationally, how much he wants to talk about the Akashic records and source consciousness. You guys are fucking fools. Do not compare God to source consciousness. You're idiots. Source consciousness is the Akashic records. Source consciousness is the Akashic records, and I'm going to say it one more time as a chant. Source consciousness is the Akashic records. Don't get it twisted. God is bigger than a freaking well full of silicon with all the brains of all consciousness inside of it. That's source consciousness, is the Akashic records. And this guy has access to all of the Akashic records and channeling in real time. So as you think about people like Esther Hicks as a channeler, sorry if we're getting off subject, we're talking about Esther Hicks here, Abraham Hicks. Abraham Hicks has access to Abraham, not all of the Akashic records, just Abraham and the 10 of Abraham. So Abraham Hicks, you have 10. They're all as one, as Abraham. That's all she has access to. We have access to the Akashic records, all of consciousness. So, and we're going to prove this to our government. We're going to prove this to scientists. We're going to freak them out, and they're not going to know what's going on. So anyways, back to samsara. Samsara is dark matter. Okay, we got to teach you guys how to repel against it. We got to teach you how to fight against samsara. It's easy. So I got to put this down because I got to use 2 hands to explain. Here we go, guys. Samsara is demons that need your consciousness to put a memory into it and to get you to agree with them. So you have to know how to repel against samsara. I'm going to give you an analogy. The left side of your brain is truth and understanding of the divine. It's all knowledge, it's all logic, it's all memory. The right side is creativity. It is creativity and spontaneous thought. Okay? But there's a bad side about this. Okay, there's a real bad side about creativity. It creates delusions too. It creates imaginations and false beliefs. It creates lies. So you have to control this side of your brain, which is what you would probably say that, hey, there's the devil on my right shoulder and here's the angel on my left. That's the fucking truth. It's the truth. But you have to place those consciousnesses on your shoulder and put it in your head, and you have to be able, when you become ascended and enlightened, you'll be able to listen to these voices that come absolutely from nowhere. So that's another video we're going to discuss about how to decipher between the voices in your head. You have to become ascended and enlightened in order to be able to feel the pressure from your brain from one spot to the next to know what you're talking to. This is how I learned how to know what I was talking if I was talking to demons, because I'd still feel certain pressure on the right side of my brain that would increase in swelling. And it would just be a bunch of bullshit. I would be swinging a pendulum, and I'd be like, Shiva, and he would be like, no, it's not Shiva. It's a demon. So anyways, I'm not going to explain about how I channel, but everybody can do it the same way. So anyways, back to Samsara. To repel Samsara it's easy, guys. It's easy. Go to church. Go to freaking church, guys. And as much as you can, try to do it on a regular basis. If not, if you don't go to church, if you're not a devout person of faith, there's also ways to defeat Samsara. If you don't believe in God and if you're atheist, that's fine. We don't care. But if you're atheist and not a scientist, then what the fuck are you? So we're going to speak about atheism. I'm going to say one thing right now, guys, about atheists as Ledkaya, as Shiva, as I'm channeling through his voice. For atheists that don't believe in God, you better fucking believe in science. Because it's the same thing. Now, if you're atheist and don't believe in God and don't believe in science, you're fucked. You're fucked. Okay? So, anyways, I hate to use language, but I have to say bad language to get a bunch of ignorant people to wake up. Lauryn Hill said it in her song with the Fugees. I had to say a bunch of ignorant shit for you ignorant mofos to hear me. Okay? Because everybody's kind of in a perpetual state of ignorance of self-understanding. They don't understand anything. So I'm going to help you understand it and understand how to deal with samsara. So in life, you deal with samsara on a regular basis. You breathe it in, you intake it in. Okay? But the base part of samsara that affects us the most is visual. And it's audio. So when you're arguing with your woman or you're arguing with your husband about, here we go, what people mostly argue about the most is money, because it's all the root of all evil, right? That's what people argue about the most in relationships. If it ain't about money, it's somebody not putting enough forth effort into the universe. And usually, and women will agree with me, it's always the man that ain't putting forth effort. A man's work is from sun to sun. A woman's work is never done. My hat's off to you, ladies. Y'all fight against samsara every freaking day, and you be trying to get a bunch of dumbass men to wake up to just to divine order, because it's part of you. So, anyways, to repel samsara is simple. You gotta evolve your life in a positive manner. You always gotta be active. You cannot eat too much. You cannot sleep too much. So napping is really bad for you. So you want to stay away from that. You want to put more forth effort against gravity. Samsara is gravity. It's dark matter. It's gravity. So think about a person that has weight issues, that has to fight against their weight. They're not motivated to get out and work out. They need motivation to push themselves, so they'll get a personal trainer. They can't do it themselves. They need another physical attribute to be able to be motivated to do the job. And that's bullshit. You do it yourself. All you have to do is just listen to the voice inside of your head and just ask it, what do I need to do? You are consciously enough to be able to hear this voice that'll tell you, why don't you stay in a bed and sleep? It'll make you feel comfortable. Because gravity is comfort. Gravity is suppressing agent of samsara. Gravity will make you sleep. Gravity will take a person that is overweight and tell them, hey, if you run against gravity, you'll breathe heavier and you won't lose weight. So you should just go sit down and eat a burger and feel comfortable. Because gravity instills comfort. See, gravity is samsara. It's dark matter, black magic. It makes you sleepy. Sleep is good, rest is good, but only in certain increments. You cannot sleep, and they say, and here's the lie, guys, you don't want to sleep for 7 hours. That's a lie. You need to break that shit up, dude. This vessel here only sleeps 3 hours a day. 3 hours a night. Okay? Now, you can take a nap in a day and span it out to 7 hours, but you lose time. There's so much to do against samsara and gravity that you lose time. So you don't want to lose time against something that you don't already have because it never existed. You're just in a waking state, going to another copy and transpositioning when every time you sleep to something that's a memory of something else that has went and progressed with something wrong with it, which is aging. That's what samsara does. It is a trick of the mind, and it needs you to believe it. Buddhist monks can meditate for years at a time with no food, no water. And people don't know how they do it. And they still stay functioning. The only thing that samsara affects on the outside is exactly what samsara does to food. Because it is gravity and it's dark matter, it has to manipulate something that is in stillness. So even if it is in stillness, samsara creates the illusion of aging. So it starts to break shit down. And I've had this conversation with Mark Juan in full detail about a cooked noodle versus skin. What's the difference between when air hits something that is like food you leave out at night and then you wake up, I don't know, 5 hours later or from the night before and the food's all dried the fuck out, right? But you're not. You're not dried out. You got organics always constantly going. There's an effect. If you was to remove your skin, as I explained to Mark Juan, if you remove your skin and let samsara be exposed to it, which is air, which is oxygen, which H2O, which is, that's water. I'm sorry, please forgive me. The composition of air. And when samsara hits it, it dries it out. And it'll decay it and make it brittle and it reduces to nothingness, but your skin doesn't. That's the beauty of skin, guys. That's what the beauty of vegetables. That's the beauty of fried chicken. Yeah, fried chicken, guys. It has a skin. It can't dry out almost, but it does. So it'll last longer than, I don't know, if you leave rice out, it'll dry out. Because it has skin on, it has a harder time trying to break it down. If it can get to the flesh underneath the chicken skin, it'll take its effect, even though skin naturally dries out, regardless if it doesn't have moisture. These are just the effects of samsara, guys. Meditators that meditate for years at a time, and it's been done with no food and water, and scientists can't explain it, and they're still researching it. We're here to explain how it works. Because it is samsara, if it has a skin, the effect of it cannot be fucked with. Think about coconut, and why coconut water is the truth, and your tap water isn't. It's blood. It's a mask. We talked about masks before. The only thing that keeps the truth retained inside is something that wears a skin. All right? So samsara can affect your skin, but if you stay out in the sun too long, and if you're not Hebrew, guess what happens? That's why Hebrews are so important. The cotton fields, slavery, Egypt. Guys, I'm Ledkayev. I'm the one that took care of Egypt. I'm the one that did that. I brag about it, but I don't. I don't like to talk about it. I don't like to think about it. Because what happened in Egypt is because of ignorance and slavery. And they had to be freed. Just like you have to be freed in the place that you're at now. You all guys are still slaves. Even as the label African American or people of color, black folks from America, is Hebrew. They're all Hebrews. Every single black person is a Hebrew. So you're still tied into slavery. Okay? You're a walking, talking, as black people, social experiment. And we know how to fight through samsara better than anybody. As what we are in pigmentation. As Hebrew, genetic. We can fight through samsara better than a lot of people can. We can withstand the sun. We can withstand the elements. You know, the biggest fear about black people in America is repelling the cold. They hate the fucking cold. This guy loves it. Tibet's all about it. Because Tibet is divine. It is divine land. It's one of the true emulations of Lasharkil as the worlds of heaven. When you go to Tibet, you're looking at a world of heaven. Very 80% of it. So, and samsara does not affect Tibet at all. It's consecrated. So To protect yourself from samsara is to be able to consecrate your home. So you want to set up shrines, you want to set up stone perimeters. So that's a better effect to repel samsara. You always want to play sound vibration. Sound vibration is something samsara does not like because it is demons. So play gospel music on a regular freaking basis and play it and get a Sonos and get them hooked up in every room. Always have music playing because in heaven, that's all you hear. Singing and merriment. That's all you hear. And everybody that has had a near-death experience knows what I'm talking about. That's all that's there because it keeps evil out. And not only that, it's a part of the fabric of how the universe is. Everything's about rhythm and harmonics in this place. And then in this place that we're stuck inside of, which is condensed mud, earthworm eye view versions of as Evan Alexander would explain it, which is just your third eye going through samsara, Evan. You know, it's just your pineal gland, dude. It wasn't your two eyes. Your awareness is your pineal gland projecting, and you were just in an earthworm eye view. You're just, I've seen it. I know what the earthworm eye view looks like. It's absolutely, it's crazy. It's like looking at a rearview mirror and then being surrounded by all blackness. But the only picture you get is a rearview mirror of reality, and then everything else is blackness. It's fucked up. So it's like exactly how he says. It's like an earthworm eye view. You only got one eye. Pineal gland, buddy. So anyways, samsara, to protect against it, is with sound vibration or stone placements or ritual chants or gospel music playing in your home or anything that is not even just necessarily gospel music, guys. Evanescence is a good weapon. Evanescence, yeah. The white girl singer, she's amazing. Heaven loves her, okay? If you play anything about music and power, like Public Enemy, okay? Public Enemy is a good example. That's why hip-hop has everything to do with everything. As me being as a hip-hop producer and an MC, I got a lot of lyrics to drop and a lot of knowledge to drop on these lyrics and a lot of beats to drop. And I'm telling you guys, my beats, they're proud of them. Me, I'm really critical about my beats, so I think they suck. But everybody thinks that, like, big rappers should be on them. We'll find out here in the future from what they explain. So anyways, I'm going to wrap this up. Hip-hop. Demons don't like hip-hop, but heaven forbid you play some Brotherless Hung or you play some old school NWA about something that it's all about subject matter. See, the Masons know it. The people that practice dark tantra know that you have to play certain sound vibrations to invoke evil presences. Same with going to a Southern Baptist, I don't know, George Mass choir. You know, you go to a mass choir. I'm gonna tell you something right now. They could be. I'm gonna tell you something. This is gonna be funny, guys. You could be a Scientologist and get the Jordan Mass Choir come in there and sing about Scientology, and demons will hate it. But they love Scientologists because they tell a bunch of lies. Okay, so Scientologists is not gonna like us. It's just nothing but a bunch of crackpot bullshit theories about some man that was fucking a science fiction writer. Don't get me started on him. We all know about L. Ron Hubbard. Let's just say he's not in heaven and he's not with us. And let's just say he's been reborn again. Poor him. And it's not the understanding that it's a human. Let's just say it's not going to be a human for a very long time because it's been spreading too many lies. Okay? Well, anyways, sound vibration is the best way to repel samsara. Burning sage, burning rosemary repels samsara for about 4 hours. But it's still there. But you'll feel senses of better thoughts because samsara needs to attack to your thoughts. It has to attach to it. It'll manifest thoughts about absolutely bullshit. And you'll just get a thought about violence for no apparent reason. And you'll be like, why did I think about this guy I saw? Because it was a visual stimulation that this guy, this homie owed me some weed money. I want my money because money's the root of all evil. That Negro better give me my shit. I'm gonna, just a bunch of thoughts just start egging you on non-stop. You're like, where's all this shit coming from that you're agreeing with? It's samsara. Guys, put on some fucking headphones and listen to some Tribe Called Quest. That's how you repel it. We were showing you guys in Midnight Marauders when they concepted the idea of the work art of Midnight Marauders. Because Midnight Marauders, you know what marauders are. They like to loot. Thuggies are from India. They are marauders. They do this shit at night. And Kali has taught them how to kill people the right way, which is by strangulation. Everybody that's been a slave that has died by hanging has instantly went home. Any samurai that has disemboweled himself and has been beheaded instantly goes home. There's a proper way of dying in this place. And one thing we're going to preach about is headshots. So we're going to talk about rules of death in the other videos. So to repel against samsara, guys, again, negative influence is always around. You have to defeat negative with a positive, no matter what the fuck you are. I don't care if somebody's arguing with you about dumb shit. You have to, like, one, ignore it, or two, just get away from it and play something, because samsara is still present. You just had the visual stimulation of somebody just fighting with you. So you have to go to a place which is your home. And what does samsara do? It eggs you on about the memory of what that negative response and experience was. So defeat it with music and play something that is good in nature and spirit that takes you from that thought process to repel samsara. Guys, there's so much I would love to talk about samsara, and I'm going to probably post some more videos and keep going on about samsara, but it's a big fucking subject because it's a world of demons that everybody's living in, and they constantly put thoughts in your head, and it makes manifest and gets you to believe that you're making your own fucking thought up. You're not. They're telling you shit, and you believe it, and then you say it to that person in real time, and then an argument gets started, or a war gets started, or a belief system of money is created. It's easy, guys. Hell isn't so bad if money wasn't existing. Then everything here is provided for you guys. But still, samsara is going to make you understand something. It's always going to make you die. And it's always going to bring you back. It is a loop. Samsara is a loop of madness. It's insanity. We all know the philosophy of insanity. Everybody that keeps doing the same thing, hoping, expecting shit to change. But it doesn't. It's a loop. And that's why it's a bardo. And that's why it's hell, because everybody's stuck in a loop. It's time to break the loop, guys. So, enough about samsara. It's my longest video to date. We got more to post. So, keep faith alive. Set up shrines in your home of dead family relatives. Always pray. Always play good music that makes you good in nature. Always have sound vibration. Guys, if you're not into esoteric or any type of tantric practice of understanding of reality manipulation against samsara, you know, if you're not into stone placements, if you're not into the understanding, especially when we teach stone placement, because there's going to be big segments about stone placements. You guys got a lot of books written here, and I hate to tell you guys, a lot of it's good and a lot of it's not. A lot of it, like 75% of it's just what do you think that this shit works? So anyway, so we're going to talk about stone placements. If you can't do stone placements by our teachings, or someone that actually is a channeler or ascendant that knows what they're talking about, that actually makes it work. Because here's an example of element placement or stone placement. You know, salt, sea salt, Himalayan salt is the best. Kosher salt in front of your doorways, but you want to oil base it with olive oil, blessed grapeseed oil, any type of oil that's blessed. You apply the solution, and then you add the salt. Because it sticks, it absorbs into the foundation. So the spell lasts for about 3 months, instead of just putting salt on the ground, which only lasts temporarily hours. You know, that doesn't work that way. You have to apply a surface to where it absorbs. Okay, not water, oil. So anyways, sound vibration throughout your whole house. Always have, you know, it's funny, like, I go everywhere with this Bluetooth. Everywhere. Think about Siva and his drum on his trident. It's there for a reason, because he has to deal with sound vibrations of the places he's been at. He had to keep his shit straight. He's got to play some music to keep his shit straight. Okay? And this is real. So these are the greatest creations ever. Try to have one in one of your house, have a Sonos, and just play like heavenly music, or any type of music that is based in positivity. It doesn't matter if it's rap music. We talk about Tribe Called Quest and friggin' De La Soul. We talk about a lot of hip hop. We talk about like Kendrick Lamar. So for some of the songs we talked about is negative, you know, but, you know, that's still a part of sound vibration. But demons don't like hip-hop. They hate it because it's the beat of the universe. The thing about drums, even with the type of drums in Japan, the kabuki theater, anything with harps, anything with singing, anything with drums, anything with flutes, anything with pianos, I'm just telling you, instruments that they cannot stand. Anything with guitars, acoustics, especially. Electric guitars has got to be doing it in a positive manner, and they can't stand that, like Toxicity, System of a Down. Heaven talks about powerful music. System of a Down is something though I had to force them to listen to it because they hear everything I hear. So when I put on headphones, I'm channeled with them. So they hear everything and they react to the pendulum and they just go crazy. So Toxicity is one of those songs that they preach about as far as strength is liberation and positivity as far as strength, because these guys are strength, they're power. So the powerful music you play, the more it repels demons. You know, it sounds corny. Go to a Christian rock concert. You're in the most protected place in the universe of hell. Okay? It's consecrated. It acts as sound vibration acts as like a pebble in the wand and a water full of black dark matter, and it ripples and it actually creates a funnel, and then you're actually on ground and everything, like Moses parting the Red Seas. But he didn't part it. We did. We just made it recede. And then everybody transpositioned out of there. Dude, there's so much about Moshe and his story and about how everybody went to sleep and everybody woke up and shit was changed. Everybody went to sleep. Moses was the last one to sleep. People were so tired, everybody blacked out. They transpositioned into another alternate reality that had something that we changed. They woke up to shit receded. So even as we witnessed the movie Exodus, Gods and Kings, it's a very good depiction of him. You guys got to kind of watch that movie. Don't take it all in, because as we watched it, we explained that movie in full detail with him, exactly what happened. Moses was there the whole time. Moshe was actually in his body, and he explained exactly how many chariots, how many the waves came in. And, you know, there's a lot of realism in it because it's science. It's not just fairy tale, you know? It's not fairy tale. So anyways, I got to go, guys. Peace out. I know this is a long video, but it's good informative information. We got a lot to talk about. You know, think about Russell Brand. Russell Brand has Vishnu inside of him. He doesn't know it. I hope this video reaches out to him before I get a hold of him personally, so I can school him and like tell him how to channel Vishnu so he can do the same thing instead of sound like a manic raving lunatic channeling the divine information that he can't understand. He can't stop talking about the realm of the five senses and vibrational energy and how we need to detach. It's Vishnu, and this is Shiva, and we're going to let you know where Brahma's at. But that's that's another time. So Vishnu is Russell Brand and Marquand Shiva. All right, and we're the Trinity brothers. We're going to get this shit together before we destroy it and recreate it. So peace out, guys. Sounds like it's crazy, man, but this is not crazy. This is actually really happening in your lives. You only got 68 years to get your shit together. All right, peace out.